Hello everyone. In this tutorial we are going to start complete course of Adobe Illustrator. What is Adobe Illustrator? Adobe Illustrator is a vector-based software and the most leading software of today's business industry. Whether you belong to any shop retailer, or a coffee shop, restaurant, fashion brand, everyone needs graphic designer services, because you need a logo for your business, you need invoice book, you need billboard and some promotional items like flyers and brochures to promote your business in marketplace. All you can create in Adobe Illustrator. So after becoming a graphic designer you have a good platform for earning money. So let's start. Here I have Adobe Illustrator. We'll start with New Document, go to the File menu and select New. You'll see this screen. There are some settings for your new document. First tab, there are some recent files which used. Here you can see your saved files. Here are some predefined presets for mobile templates, web, print, film and video, and art and illustration. Right now we are working on print media, so I'll go with print. There are also some presets for print document. On the right side, there are properties of the document. Here you can name your document. Let's say at introduction. Next is width and height of your document. It's 215.9 in width and 279.4 millimeters in height. Here you can change the scale for your documents. Right now it is on millimeters. We can change it to inches or in centimeters. I am going to pick inches. We can also change the size of our document. Let's make it 10 inches in width and 15 inches in height. Here you can pick the orientation, means portrait or landscape. Here in Artboard there is an option that how many pages you need. You can add multiple pages in your document. For now we just need only one page, and remember one thing, we can change all these settings later in document like size, orientations and adding more pages, so don't worry about that. Next option is bleed. We will discuss it later because we don't need it for now. Next is color mode. There are two options, RGB and CMYK. RGB works for electronic and digital media like web. And CMYK works for print media. RGB stands for red, green and blue, and CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow and black color. We are working on print media, so I'll go with CMYK. Next option is more settings. This is all same instead of this last option. Advanced tab, raster effect. Apply high resolution, and on preview mode select default and hit create document. So here we are with a new document. On the left side we have a tool panel, and on the right side we have some graphic stuff like color, gradient and etc. On the very first we have a selection tool, so first create an object. But before we create any object, let me tell you two tools. First one is zoom tool. Here we have a zoom tool. Whenever you hover the mouse on any tool, so it show his name and a shortcut key of this tool. Zoom tool have Z key for shortcut. If you want to zoom your document, just click wherever you want to zoom, and for zoom out just hold the Alt key and click. You can also use mouse scroll up and down with holding Alt key for zoom in and out. You can also control zoom in or out from this menu. In last option in this menu is fit to screen, it will show you whole page. Control 0 is short key for this. And next tool I want to tell you, hand tool. From this tool you can walk around in your document. You can also hold spacebar key for walk around in your document by holding spacebar key. So now we start with rectangle. There are two ways to create an object. First just click and drag. And the second just click. It will ask you what size you need to your object. Let's say at 5 by 3 inches. Go to the selection tool, or you can just press V key on your keyboard, select your object and move it. If you hold the shift key on your keyboard and then move it, so it will go straight on that direction where you move your mouse. And if hold Alt key and move it, so it will make a copy of your object. And if you hold Shift and Alt same time, it will make a copy with straight direction. Now delete these objects, select them and delete it, or just drag a mouse on them, they will select and hit delete key. Now another use or advantage of holding Shift key is, if you hold Shift key and then draw a rectangle, so it will make a square shape, means all sides equal. And if you hold Alt key and then draw a rectangle, so it will your rectangle from the center like this. It's increasing and decreasing from the center of the object. Same thing as before, Shift and Alt together, so it will be square shape from the center. But what is the size of this object? To know that, go to Window menu, select Transform. Shift F8 is the shortcut key for this. You should remember all the shortcut keys to work fast. In Transform panel we have properties of the selected object. On the left side we have a value of x-axis, means left and right position of your object on page, double-click and scroll your mouse button to change it, same here for top and bottom position. On the right side, this is the size of your object. You can change it from here, let's say at 3 by 6 inches. Now there is button on next to these properties called Constrain Width and Height Proportions. If I activate this option and change the value of any one of them, it will change the both value proportionally. Usually I don't use it. If you want to use it's upon you. Delete it. Make another one. Now next option in Transform panel is Rotate. Just double-click it and apply rotation value. Press Ctrl Z for undo. You can also rotate your object manually. Just come to the edge of your object, you'll see rotation icon and move it. Ctrl Z for undo. If you hold Shift key on your keyboard and rotate your object so it will rotate with 45 degree on every move. Press undo. Next is shear. For showing shear work, let's make a copy of this object. Select the object and hold the Alt key on your keyboard and drag it. Now let's see the work of shear. Let's apply 45 degree here and minus 45 degree here. Move it slightly. It's make it skew and showing 3D look of your object, and this option is very helpful. We will use it later on our course. Delete them and make a new one. Here we have more properties of rectangle, same as we looking top on the panel, like size and rotation. Now next option is corner type. We have a rectangle with straight corners. If you want to change it to rounded corner, these settings will help you. Let's change it 0.5 inches, so we have rounded corner on top left side of rectangle. You can change values individually. Or you can link them and apply on only one side, it will change the whole properties. You can also control these settings manually. Press undo first. Here you can see 4 small dots on your object. When I come close to the object, it's showing a curve sign, and if I drag it so corner will be convert to round shapes. Now there are 2 more options, scale corner and scale stroke and effects. We don't have any effects on our object, so we will discuss it later. Scale corners, scale the corner when you increase the size of your object manually. As we rotate the object manually before, come to edge of your object. You'll see this arrow sign, click and drag to increase the object size. See the values are changed now, press undo. But if I don't check this option and scale it so corner will remain on same value as before. Delete it and move to next option. You can see here a arrow. Means that there are more tools inside this, so hold the click, it will show you more tools. You can also click this arrow to appear it permanently. Next tool is rounded corner, same as rectangle, click and drag or just click. If you create rounded rectangle, so there will be 3 options, width, height and the corner radius. Let's make it 5 by 3 inches and 0.75 inches rounded corner. Here you have a rounded corner rectangle. If you want to change value of all the corners or only one, you can change it from here. One more thing I want to tell you, if you look here, so there are a couple of boxes called reference point. These showing the point from where your object increase or decrease if you change the size of your object. Let me show you. Go to Edit menu, click Copy, and then Paste in front, Ctrl C for copy, and Ctrl F for paste in front. Now these are 2 copies. If I change the value of this to 3, so it's decreased 2 inches, but the reference point was set on center, so it's decreased 1 inch from both sides. Press undo. But if I change the reference point and pick top left, so it means that top left point is locked now, and now I decrease the size, it's locked the top position and decrease the size of object from right side. See the difference? So remember, the reference point is also a helpful option when you creating a graph with very tight measurements. It saves time. Next tool is Ellipse tool. L is the short key for this. Same thing, click and drag or just click and apply value. Ellipse tool have very interesting properties. Let's meet them. Here we have same properties of X and Y axis, width, height, rotate and shear, but there is problem. If you apply shear on it, so you are unable to apply other settings which were shown in bottom of Transform panel. What these properties do? Undo this. This is pi start angle and this is pi end angle. If I change it 45 degrees, so it cut it and start from 45 degree. And if I change end angle, so it's define on which part it's become end. You can control it manually from this two handles. Again, I must say it's very helpful function for creating a logo or in pie diagram work. Next tool is Polygon tool. Click and drag. Or just click apply size and how many sides you need. We put 6 sides. But notice we apply size 5 inches and it's showing 10 inches in transforms width properties. Because when I draw so it was not asking width size, it was asking radius size. In calculation radius we can define radius like half value of circle. So I applied 5 inches and 5 is the half of 10. Now one more thing, if click and drag. And hold shift key for straight and then press the up arrow key on your keyboard without releasing mouse button. So it will increase sides of your polygon, and if you press down arrow key so it will decrease sides. Come to properties of Polygon tool. There are same properties, width, height, rotate and shear. Here you can increase and decrease sides of polygon. Here you can make corner smooth. Or you can adjust it manually from here. This is the radius size. And this is the length of polygon sides. Means how long is each side point to another side. Next tool is star. This is going to be very interesting. Let's draw a star simply by click and drag. Same properties, nothing fancy here. Now select star and just click so this dialog box appear. Remember, if you apply same value on both radius 1 and radius 2 so it will not create a star shape, it will create a circle shape with some corners like this. So always apply half value of another value like this. Here you have a star. Now the interesting part. Click and drag and don't release the mouse button, just press down arrow key for decreasing sides and up arrow key of increasing sides. One more interesting thing, again click and drag and this time we hold control key and move mouse inside or outside, so it will gives you more creation. Now notice star is not showing dots like when we create rectangle and polygon tool shows like this. And also there is no option to make corner round of star. To make corners round, here I introduce you to direct selection tool. Select your star and then select direct selection tool or press A on your keyboard. So making round corner dots will appear. Now you can make your star corners round. Next tool is flare tool. In this panel we will discuss it later. For now that's all. In the next video we will learn more use of direct selection tool and will create more shapes from one shape. Thank you for watching. See you next time.